After losing 2-0 to Brentford, Arsenal fans can't wait anymore to see or to have Arteta as their manager, and they really want him to be sacked, and they really want in a man who goes by the names of Antonio Conte to come through. Welcome to the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone, guys. How are you and where are you watching in from? This is Rokan David in there, aka Ara. To this channel, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily, guys. Today we are really having a very big story of Mikel Arteta being wanted out by Arsenal fans, not the board of Arsenal, but the fans really want him out. I'm really going to take more of your views into this video, and if you are right in here, you have the right to go into the comment section or the live chat onto your far right in there, and tell me what you think about Arteta wanting to be sacked or Arteta nearing a sack from Arsenal. Those who will watch this video later, you will leave your comment into the comment section below to tell me what you think about Arteta being wanted out by Arsenal fans in here on the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. Now, what is the genesis of all this? I'm really going to give my sides, both sides, and what other people are thinking in there. What is the genesis of a sack of Arteta? The genesis comes in here when Arsenal lost 2-0 by a team which goes by the name of Brentford, and that was Friday. Remember, Friday the Premier League resumed in there, and after the Premier League resumed, Arsenal was the team that opened up with Brentford. We saw this as an easier game for Arsenal in there, though we thought that Brentford would put up a very big resistance in there, but Arsenal would clean sheet and really get the 3 points in there. But oh my God, things never went as we expected. Me, as a Manchester United fan, United played Brentford in there. I saw how Brentford was tenacious in there. They really are it's a counter-attacking team in there, and they utilize almost each and every chance that they get. I told Arsenal fans in my preview that it's not going to be easy for Arsenal really to go in and win this one. It's going to be a hard one. If Arsenal is to win, it will be with a slight margin in there. And Arsenal fans told me that, no, we are going to win, we are going to win, we are going to win. So by the first half, Brentford was having a lead by 1-0. Arsenal played very well in the first 45 minutes, the first 20-30 minutes before they conceded a goal. But after Arsenal conceded a goal, things turned around and they really lost their shape into this game. But they had started on very well. And the two players that I noted in there was Emily Smith-Rowe and the man who goes on Kian Tierney. Kian Tierney dropping close to 7 crosses into the 18 yards box area of Brentford, and no Arsenal striker really had to meet that in there. But Arteta really got 2 blows in there. I think it was COVID or not COVID. That is Lacazette and Aubameyang, who never started this game in there, and they lost in there. And I think if at all Aubameyang or Lacazette were into this one, it wouldn't have been the same story that you're really narrating right now. I don't know what you guys think about it, but me, I think those 2 big blows really affected a man who goes by the names of Arteta. Now, after that game and how Arsenal lost, the Arsenal fans really rushed on Twitter, and guess what? Arteta out was trending everywhere. Arteta out was trending everywhere. And people were saying Arteta out, Arteta out, Arteta out. Even the Football London, a man who goes by the name of Daniel Conte, came out and did a story. As Arteta out, Arsenal fans furious after seeing Gunners fall to a 2 loss against Brentford in there. But I really ask myself, when will a manager really get a defense that he deserves? Look at the side of Arsenal. Arsenal is a struggling side, and I don't know whether people really think that Arteta sacking him will be the solution in there. I think Unai Emery came at Arsenal and he was sacked. Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal and left, but things were not as they were, because Arsenal last won a Premier League trophy, I think, when they did the unbeaten in 2003-2004 with the invisibles of Thierry Henry in there. So ever since then, there have been things that have not been tampered with at Arsenal that need to be tampered with. And if I told you guys are saying that Arteta should be sacked, are you really curing a disease, or you're just giving yourself a painkiller? I think Arteta leaving is a painkiller, according to me. It's a painkiller. It won't take away the headache that is really disturbing your mind. To get off the headache, you need to go to the laboratory and do a blood checkup. Then a biolab medical technician will give it to the doctor. The doctor will know what's the problem, what is affecting what's the cause of the head. Arteta, what you're seeing at now, Arsenal, that is the headache. But there is what we call the disease inside the body in there that causes the headache that Arsenal fans don't really want to hear. But to me, I feel like sacking Arteta isn't the solution. I'm not here to back Arteta because I know him as a manager. He has certain things he's doing wrong, like trusting a man who goes by names of Balogun to lead the line, yet Nketiah is around in there because I think Nketiah has more experience than Balogun in there, and trusting a man who goes by names of Balogun with your leading line in there when you're playing a team which goes on Brentford in there, one of the stubbornest sides I've seen in the Premier League. And you know those teams when they are coming from the Championship, you know the fire they come with. They are all over. They can throw their bodies left, right, and center to see to it that they really cause you all that in there. So Arteta is really into a very worse situation in there because the next fixtures of Arsenal really show you that he is really into trouble. He's really into trouble because when you look at Arsenal, its next two fixtures, they are playing Chelsea on Sunday. They are playing West Bromwich in midweek, that is the Carabao Cup, and they are playing Man City the next Saturday before we go into the so-called international break in there. Now, the reason as to why, what has really fired this up? One, playing Chelsea and Man City next wouldn't have been the solution, the reason as to why this story has really been fueled and it's all over social media. And the reason as to why this story has been fueled is one, Aubameyang and Lacazette are missing in action. We don't know when they're going to come back because for them, at least when they are back, you know that at least Arsenal will give Chelsea a very good take or a very big chance for their money in there. But a team which goes by the names of Arsenal without Lacazette and Aubameyang, it looks too inexperienced. I've always told you that when I look at the team of Arsenal that played Brentford, the only experienced players I can really rate are Bernard Leno, and Granit Xhaka. The rest are inexperienced as far as this is concerned. You get, look at Callum Chambers, right back. You cannot really say that he's experienced. Ben White, he has just played one Premier League season with Brighton in there. Imagine, not any top side, but Brighton. Good defender, but he has only played one season with a team which goes by Brighton. And now it goes to a top tier side, which goes by names of Arsenal, inexperienced. Kian Tierney, his second full season in the Premier League from Celtic, inexperienced. Lokonga, he has just arrived from Anderlecht, though he was a captain in there. And he came at Arsenal and was given his first Premier League start in there because Thomas Partey was injured. Inexperienced. Emily Smith-Rowe, talented, good young player, but inexperienced. Nicola Pepe trying to get to the level where we expect him to be. Last season, Pepe tried to prove that he's really the Pepe that was bought 73 million pounds in there from Lille in there. But this season, he has started off on a low pace and is inexperienced too. Martinelli too inexperienced, and Balogun was leading the line inexperienced. So that means Arsenal needs these two players on the pitch. They need Aubameyang on the pitch. They need Lacazette on the pitch. And they're not being present or being doubtful in the game of Chelsea has really raised and really pumped this story to go to the media. And everyone is doing it everywhere. On YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. Blogs in there, everyone is writing Arteta out. Reason is they are really looking at the fixture of Arsenal and asking themselves, can Arteta really survive? Because if you lost against Brentford and they're saying Arteta out, and that is your first game of the season and you've lost it, what is it? How is it going to be if at all Arteta goes ahead and loses a game against a side which goes by the names of Chelsea and Man City? 3 losses in a row. We who support United know what it happened to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer last season. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer started off the season with a loss to Crystal Palace, and Ole out started to trend. He went away at Brighton and won 3-2. It was really a dramatic win, a late one in there. You remember all that. Then he came back at Old Trafford. United lost to Spurs by 6-1, and they said, "Oh my God, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't really accomplish this job as a Manchester United manager." He went ahead to lose, but later stabilized and really finished second in there. So I'm giving Arteta benefit of doubt. Arteta, to be judged whether out or in, Arteta needs 10 games. 10 games. If you give Arteta 10 games, if he fails really to come through and really promise, then he deserves a sack. But right now, I don't see the reason as to why Arteta is deserving a sack because Arsenal is on the rebuild. When you look at the next fixtures of Arsenal, Let me come to the next 10 games of Arsenal in there, whether Arteta can be safe. Arsenal is playing Chelsea. He's playing Chelsea on Sunday, West Brom, Man City, Norwich, Burnley, Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. That is the 22nd of October. So on the 22nd of October, Arteta would have played 10 games for Arsenal, and we are just waiting to see how that will go. Because to me, I really think he needs these 10 games to come through and really do them. Give him 10 games. The first 10 games really decide or really give you a recap of how your season is going to be. You never know. Arteta might turn around things at Arsenal, though I really don't trust the squad he's having, because he's chasing for more 3 signings in there: a goalkeeper, a central attacking midfielder, and a striker in there. So the signings that I don't know that he's really going to get in there, because I'm seeing lots of snubs for Arsenal. Locateric completing a deal to a team which goes by the names of Juventus, snubbed Arsenal. Tammy Abraham has to snub Arsenal to go to AS Roma. I don't know what's wrong with Arsenal in there, but all I'm thinking is Arteta will really come through and do the needful for Arsenal. Let Arsenal fans give him 10 games. Now, Antonio Conte, who is coming up through, is not a manager I've seen that is working on talent or grooming people, because Arsenal needs a coach who's really going to come through and does not need a lot of big budget to operate. You get? To me, I think Arsenal should wait for a man like Pochettino, because I know Pochettino, if at all does not perform well at PSG, he's going to be given a sack. I very much know that he's going to be given a sack. So I think Arsenal needs a Pochettino, talented. He has a very good scouting network, can really bring in players that we don't know, and they can really raise up to the occasion. That's why people really feel like, that's why for me, I think people like Pochettino are the ideal replacements of a man who goes by the names of Arteta, because he is really a very good coach. The scouting system, he has the experience. Now, Arteta comes in at a side of Arsenal that does not even spend money. And before you guys turn your daggers to Arteta, why don't you first turn your daggers to the owners of Arsenal? Because they are not giving him the money. He wants Maddison. They've not yet provided Maddison. Yes? He wants Odegaard back. They've not yet brought him back. He wants Yesu Besuma, and he's not yet back. They've not yet given him. He's not been back, guys. When you look at Arsenal is porous. Look at its midfield. You get? Arsenal deserves a more experienced man playing into the midfield. And I've read a story that Aubameyang is being linked to Barcelona, and they really want to get in Coutinho into the swap deal. I'm asking myself, is the Coutinho position still one of the positions that is really being urgently needed by Arsenal? To me, I think if at all they get Pjanic from Barcelona, he can really do a better job in the CDM role. Then these other Odegaards can come through and do the needful. But Coutinho, proven Premier League player, but his form is really deteriorating ever since really joined the so-called Premier League in there. Sorry, ever since he went to Barcelona, being bought at £100 million plus by Barcelona from Liverpool in there, coming in there, a disappointment. He was loaned to a side which goes by the names of Bayern Munich, and then he returned, and Koeman said, I'm not selling him. So to me, I'm asking myself, is Arteta the problem at Arsenal? To me, I think Arteta is not a problem at Arsenal. As I started, I told you, Arteta is the headache at Arsenal, but the disease at Arsenal is causing the headache. And that disease is the board of Arsenal ever since Arsene Wenger was here. Arsenal Wenger really came out and said that Arsenal really have to sell a player, one of their best players per season, to really see to it that they bring in money. You get? So that means Arsenal is a business. You get? It's a business that is self-oriented, that is self-centered on giving the owners profits and make their pockets really big, than giving happiness to the fans. You get? Their teams. Look at Man City. It's a business. They get out dividends, but they inject in money. They've brought in Jack Grealish at £100 million, and they are planning to get in a player who goes by the names of Harry Kane at £150 million. Now, Arsenal, the moment Arsenal came up with that idea, while still with Arsene Wenger, that each and every season we have to sell one of our best players in there and we get money in, that's when the disease started. Now that disease from 2006 in there, because between 2000 and 2004, Arsenal used not to sell its stars. Arsenal used not to sell its stars because I remember Arsenal had a squad. Let me tell you the lineup of Arsenal, if I remember very well. They had Seaman in goal. Laurent Meyer was playing as a right back. Ashley Cole was a left back. Kolo Toure and Sol Campbell, we are playing to the central defense. Patrick Vieira, and a man who goes by the names of Gilberto Silva, we are playing to the midfield. Robert Pires was playing off the left wing. Fred Ljungberg was playing off the right wing in there, and Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp were leading the line. But those players played for Arsenal for like 5 consistent seasons. That's why you saw in 2000 the Premier League titles of Arsenal. When you look at their Premier League titles of Arsenal, they really won many of them during that time between 2000 and 2004 because that team was untouched. That team was untouched in there. It was untouched. It was intact. They knew them each other. They never sold off their best players in there. The Dutch master was the Dutch master in there, and they never really saw themselves really being put to that level. You get? And that really shows you that Arsenal was really a very good team by then. But when they started selling off these players, all right, I can really get back to you and really show you how Arsenal really has been really winning its trophies in there. And I tell you the reason as why the disease of you saying that Arteta out is coming in from. Now, when you look at the Premier League trophies, Premier League, all right. Arsenal last won the Premier League in 2003-2004 season, but between the season, they won 1997, 1998 in there, 2002, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 in there. So those are the years that Arsenal really won these Premier League trophies alongside Arsene Wenger, because Arsenal was really a team that never sold its stars. But when Arsenal really started selling its stars, things went bad. So there is no way you're really going to see yourself and blame Arteta that you are sacking Arteta, yet you are selling the stars. And this started way back. Fabregas, Thierry Henry, Ashley Cole was sold. Samir Nasser was sold. Adebayo was sold. Rosicky was sold. Heleb was sold. Flamini was sold. By the way, Flamini, I think, went on a free transfer because he had really run out of contract and Arsenal couldn't give him the money that he wants. So I think the problem at Arsenal is that even if you bring in Antonio Conte, as it's being said, he won't solve your problem. The problem is one, Arsenal should really go in and start keeping the stars such that you do a rebuild for a very long time in there. You get? If you cannot really keep your stars, there is no way you are really going to win. You get? Even right now, if at all you cannot keep Aubameyang, Lacazette, Grant Xhaka, Hector Bellerin, that's the squad that you have to build on. If you sell these players off, you are not really going to build a team. And even if Antonio Conte comes through, that won't help. And I'm telling you here, the problem is not Arteta. The problem is the board of Arsenal. So people saying that Arteta out, you should watch out because that's not the cause. I'm having Joel Wanjiru should go. All right, Joel, that's what I'm saying. But for me, I don't agree with you guys. I think the board should really put itself into the best order, getting money. Arsenal makes money, has many fans, getting money, buy players and put them at Arsenal. So that's what I thought about that. Arteta out and is nearing a sack in there. Thank you guys for watching in the Football News Top 10 and Lifestyle Zone. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. Thank you guys for watching in and keeping it the Football News Top 10 and Lifestyle Zone. You guys go into the live chat or the comment section and tell me what you think about this story of Arteta nearing a sack from Arsenal. This is Rokan David. 5 fingers out, all of you watching in. I sign out for now. See you later.